Welcome back. Welcome to a new class, class number 18. Me alegro de veros de nuevo. I'm glad to see you again. Más que me alegro. Estoy encantado. I'm delighted to see you again. I'm delighted to know that you are still following this course. I'm really glad to know that you're studying a lot. Lo que no se dice en inglés es I'm very glad. No existe esa expresión. Me alegro mucho es I'm really glad. O bien, I'm delighted. Okay? Me alegro muchísimo. Estoy encantado. I'm delighted that you're making progress in the language. I'm having a good time too. I'm having a good time too. Me lo estoy pasando bien también, ¿eh? No solo vosotros. I'm having a good time too. All right. Let's go to camera 1 and go over the most important point or points from the class yesterday. Okay? Okay. Change. All right. Okay. Yes. By the way, Carla. Yeah, you, Carla. You weren't here yesterday. I realized that you weren't in class. I count. I can see you. I don't take roll. Pasar lista. We say literalmente tomar rollo. I don't take roll in class. But during the course of the class, durante el curso, decimos en inglés, no el transcurso, but during the course of the class, I realize who's present and who is absent. And Carla, you didn't come. You should have come yesterday. You missed an important class yesterday. You missed an important class. You should have been here. Yes, you should have been here, but you weren't. So now you have to catch up. You need to review the class from yesterday. You need to go into the internet, find the class from yesterday, put your code, find the class, and watch it once or twice in order to assimilate what I was doing. Yesterday I was talking about there is, there are, there was, there were again, okay? There should have been a solution to that problem last year, but there wasn't. There should have been more soldiers in Afghanistan last year, but there weren't. There should have been more bullet trains in Spain last year, but there weren't. There should have been new highways in certain areas of Spain, but there weren't. There should have been a superhighway between Avila and Salamanca functioning perfectly last year, but there wasn't. Tenía que haber habido, but there wasn't. Okay? There wasn't a floor technician in this room in the last segment of the class. There should have been, but there wasn't. Yesterday, when I was saying goodbye, I was giving the typical sermon that I give at the end of every program. I was completely alone. I simply had to watch the light on top of the camera, a little red light. And when the light came on, boom, I started talking. But Maria wasn't here. She was supposed to be here, but she didn't come. So there should have been a floor technician here, but there wasn't. I had to guide myself by the little red light. All right. There's always a problem on Tuesdays in this studio. I don't know why. Tuesday's a bad day. There are problems on Tuesday always. The other day, last Tuesday, there was one big problem and there were a lot of small problems. Every Tuesday this year, there has been at least one problem. In fact, in my opinion, every Tuesday so far this year, there have been several problems. And next Tuesday, I'm sure there is going to be a problem. Next Tuesday, I'm convinced there will be. There is going to be. Va a haber o habrá. Da igual, más o menos. There is going to be a problem next Tuesday, or there will be a problem. In fact, if you want to know my sincere opinion, most likely, next Tuesday, most likely is con toda probabilidad, most likely there will be a lot of problems. There are going to be quite a few problems next Tuesday. There would be fewer problems on Tuesdays if Jorge, the mixer, were more alert, but he's not. If he were more alert, there wouldn't be so many problems. No habría tantos problemas si fuera más alerta, o si estuviera más alerta. If he were more alert, there would be fewer problems. It's okay if there are occasional problems, but there are too many problems. There could be fewer problems if everybody made a greater effort to anticipate problems. But people here don't anticipate problems. They simply correct problems. We don't have preventive television. We have corrective television, okay? But there could be fewer problems, and in my opinion, there should be. Podría haber y debería haber. There could be fewer problems with a greater effort, and there should be. De hecho, me estoy enfadando. There has to be. Ya está bien. Ha de haber menos problemas. Ordeno y mando ya. There must be a way. There has to be a way to reduce the number of incidents that take place in this television studio. Do you hear me? Okay. There has to be a new way. There has to be a better way. There must be a better way. Yes. In fact, an industrial engineer will always tell you, there is always a better way. There is always room for improvement. ¿Cómo? Excuse me? Could you repeat that sentence? Sure. There is always room for improvement. Siempre hay habitación para la mejora. No. Excuse me. Room has two meanings. One is habitación, o cuarto, alcoba, bedroom, etc. The other meaning is sitio. Siempre hay sitio para mejora, como espacio. Room. Si abres una cabina telefónica con 10 personas dentro, dices, ¿hay sitio para uno más? Is there room for one more? Se dice room, no space. There isn't much space in a telephone booth, but if one person is in the telephone booth, there's enough room for one more. So, there must be room. Debe haber forzosamente sitio para la mejora, we say in English. There must be room for improvement. There must be a way to find a solution. Now, there may be problems in the future. No, okay. There may be problems. Puede que en el futuro haya problemas. Especially if we make some modifications and changes and test new methods. But there must be a way to make Tuesday a better day. And for some reason, all the problems happen on Tuesday. But today's not Tuesday, I think. So, I'll see you in a few minutes after our next teacher, and we'll continue. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and thank you, Richard. I'm Natasha, your teacher for this advanced level, and today we're here with a student that's going to help me help you. Let's meet her. Her name is Diana. How are you, Diana?
Hi, Natasha. How are you?
Good, thank you. How's everything going?
Perfect, thank you.
Yes?
Yeah.
Tell me something. Tell me a tip for the students at home. She always gives very, very good tips.
I don't know, for example,
what's your tip of the day?
If you are looking up a word in the dictionary, you can look some words in the same page just to try to.
Okay, to build up your vocabulary. Okay. So if you're looking up one word, you make the most of the fact that you already have the dictionary open, and you look at the other words. Okay. You should write a book with all your tips.
Yeah.
No? Okay. At home, as you know, okay, we're going to review everything you saw in the previous class, okay? There were some tricky things, okay? So let's start straight away because we want to work as much as possible in this class, okay? Remember, before we start, to say everything out loud. Very, very important, okay? To work on your pronunciation, to work on your fluency, and so on, okay? Remember, I'm speaking to you, so you have to speak back to me, right? That's polite, right? Okay, let's start. Are you ready, Diana?
Yes.
I'm going to say a sentence in Spanish, and you have to say it in English. With there, plus might have been, could have been, and so on. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Puede que haya habido más.
There might have been more.
Very good. There might have been more. What's another way of saying this? Instead of might, what could we use? Very good. May, okay? So repeat with may. Very good. There may have been more. There may have been more, or there might have been. No difference, okay? All right, the next one is for you, Diana, as well, okay? Podría haber habido más.
And there could have been more.
Very good. There could have been more. There could have been more. Very good. At home, I want you to repeat. Very good. There could have been more. Okay, the next one is for you at home. Let's see if you say it just as well as Diana, okay? Debería haber habido más. Debería haber habido más. Very good. There should have been more. There should have been more. Very good, okay? The next one is for Diana. Do you think you'll get it? You'll say it just as quickly as they did?
No, I'm going to try.
Of course you will. Okay, the next one is, puede que haya habido una razón para ello.
There might have been a reason for that.
Yeah, or for it?
For it.
Yeah, okay, so go again.
There might have been a reason for it.
Very good. There might have been a reason for it, okay? Or there may have been a reason for it. Either one, okay? The next one is for you at home, okay? Podría haber habido más dependientes en esa tienda. Podría haber habido más dependientes en esa tienda. Very good. There could have been more shop assistants in that shop. There could have been more shop assistants in that shop, okay? Did you know the word shop assistant?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, very good. The next one is for you, okay? Debería haber habido más bicicletas.
There should have been more bicycles.
Yeah, another way or more common way of saying bicycles? Just shorter?
Cycles?
Bikes.
Bikes.
Bikes. She got the wrong short end, okay? Wasn't the last part, but the first part, okay?
Yeah.
So say it again with bikes.
There should have been more bikes.
Very good. There should have been more bikes, okay? Bicycle obviously exists, but it's very, very common to say bike instead of bicycle. Okay, now let's move on to the next point that you saw last class, okay? Short answers, okay? So I'm going to ask you and Diana many different questions, and you have to answer in the short way using the auxiliary, okay? Let's start, okay? You ready, Diana? Did you
Yes.
understand the exercise?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Is my brother a human being?
Yes, he is.
Very good. Yes, he is, okay? Is my brother a human being? Yes, he is. Okay, the next one is for you at home, okay? Can a normal dog outrun a lion? Can a normal dog outrun a lion? What is to outrun something? Let's ask Diana.
I don't know.
Okay, if you're running against someone, you outrun means that you can beat that person. Okay, you outrun, you beat that person running, okay? So, can a normal dog outrun a lion at home? No, it can't. A normal dog, I don't think it can. What do you think?
No, I think it can't.
Okay, the next question is for you, okay? Will there be a New Year's celebration tonight?
No, there won't.
No, there won't. Very good. Will there be? No, there won't. Okay, very good. The next one is for you as well, okay, Diana? Were Romeo and Juliet in love with each other?
Yes, they are.
Were they in love
yes,
with
they
each
were.
other?
Yes,
Yes, they were. Very good, okay? So, were Romeo and Juliet in love with each other? Yes, they were. Okay, the next one is for you at home, okay? Did I come to Spain before you were born? Did I come to Spain before you were born? Very good. Yes, you did. Unless you're under 8 years old, right? In that case, no, I didn't unless you're 8. I don't know, I'm getting muddled up. No, I didn't, okay? The next one is for you, okay? Diana, have you ever become dizzy?
Dizzy?
Dizzy, mareada.
Okay.
Dizzy, okay? Dizzy.
Yes,
So,
I have.
Can you say the word?
Dizzy?
Mareada?
Dizzy.
Dizzy, yeah, very good. So at home, have you ever become dizzy? Very good. Yes, I have, okay? Especially in roller coasters, maybe, okay? The next one, do you own a boat?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Do you own a boat? No, I don't. The next one is for you at home. Should you obey the law? Very good. Yes, I should. Okay, that was the last question. Thank you very much, Diana, and thank you at home for being there. I'll see you next time and have a great day. Bye.
Listen, really, I like to sing, especially when I'm in a good mood. Cuando estoy de buen humor. When I'm in a good mood, I like to sing, Figaro, etc. But now I can't, because Maria said, action, camera, rolling. And to tell you the truth, I really don't feel like teaching right now. I don't feel like teaching right now. It's the last thing in the world I want to do. I would rather be on the beach, sunbathing. I'd rather be in a sauna, enjoying myself. I'd rather be in a swimming pool. I'd rather be at home reading a good book. I'd rather be anywhere but here, teaching on television. I don't feel like teaching, but I have no choice. I'm being paid to do this job, and that obligates me morally to do it. And it obligates me to do it as well as I physically and mentally can. So we'll continue on camera number 1. Even though I don't feel like teaching, even though, aunque no tenga ganas o no me apetezca, even though I don't feel like teaching, I'm going to teach, okay? In spite of the fact that I don't like, or I don't feel like teaching, I'm going to teach. Despite the fact that I don't feel like teaching, I'm going to teach anyway, okay? I'm going to make the effort. I'm going to make the ultimate sacrifice, okay? Camera 1. Feel like, feel es sentir, yo siento, I feel good, me encuentro bien, me siento bien, I feel good, yeah, like I knew that I would. Ahora, la expresión no me apetece o no me apetece es I feel like. O no tengo ganas, I don't feel like, no tengo ganas de enseñar hoy. I don't feel like teaching, gerundio, ojo. I don't feel like teaching today. I feel like doing something else. Me apetece hacer otra cosa. I feel like doing, no digas another thing, something else. I feel like doing something else. Like what? I don't know. Well, I feel like taking a walk. Come on. Teaching on television is a lot more fun than taking a walk. Tal vez. Maybe so. Maybe so. But still. Still significa aquí, no obstante. But still. Aún así. Still. I feel like taking a walk. And I don't feel like teaching on television. Well, what else do you feel like doing? Anything but teaching. For example, I don't know, I feel like playing tennis. Playing tennis now. But you just had lunch. You have too much food in your stomach. I don't care. I feel like playing tennis. I don't feel like teaching on television. I feel like doing a lot of things, but I don't feel like doing this, okay? To feel like, all right? Ahora, what's the problem? Don't you want to teach? Why don't you want to teach on TV today, Richard? Because I don't feel like it. Ah, you don't feel like it? Ah, our television star today doesn't feel like teaching. You don't feel like it? No, not today. Okay. The prima donna here, he doesn't feel like working today. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I don't feel like working. I said I don't feel like teaching. I'll do anything but teach. Today I'm not in the teaching mood. All right? No me la da gana. I don't feel like it. No quiero enseñar porque no me la da gana. It's strong. Eh? It's strong in Spanish and a bit strong in English too. Ahora, decir que no me apetece enseñar hoy, eso no implica, no es fuerte necesariamente. I don't feel like teaching today. To tell you the truth, I don't feel like giving these classes today. Really, I don't know, something's wrong. I didn't sleep well last night. And I had to get up very early. I had to get up this morning at 20 minutes to 6. And I didn't feel like getting up, but I got up. And I had to leave home before 7 o'clock in the morning. Can you believe it? I didn't feel like leaving home, but I left home anyway. And I had to walk uphill. Es cuesta arriba por la mañana. Can you believe it? To walk 5 minutes uphill in the dark at 7 o'clock in the morning to my car. I didn't feel like walking up that hill, but I did it. Then I had to pick up a Bolivian girl. Can you believe it? At 7 o'clock in the morning to pick up a young lady from Bolivia. Attractive, eh? But nevertheless, to take her to a radio station. I didn't feel like talking with another person. I didn't feel like being sociable. The last thing in the world I want to do at 7 o'clock in the morning is to be sociable. I prefer just to be quiet, drive to work, and then start work. But I didn't feel like being sociable, but I was sociable. All right. And she asked, okay, can we stop along the way and have a coffee? Can we stop along the way or on the way? Can we stop on the way and have a coffee in a bar? And I said, Ellie, se llama Ellie, I had a coffee and breakfast cereal at home. I don't feel like stopping. I said, but I haven't had anything. Okay. Out of courtesy, por cortesía, digo out of para esta expresión de por cortesía. Out of courtesy, I stopped at a bar and we went in. She ordered a tea, a chamomile tea. That's manzanilla. Chamomile tea. I said, is that all? Yeah. And she said, aren't you going to order something? And I said, well, I really don't feel like ordering anything. She said, come on, order something. I said, but I don't feel like it. I don't feel like having anything for breakfast because I had breakfast 20 minutes ago at home. She said, it's on me. It's on me. I'll pay for it. It's on me. Okay. Coffee with milk and churros. So I ordered a coffee with milk and churros. To tell you the truth, I didn't feel like eating 5 churros. I offered one to Ellie and she said, no, thank you. I'm on a diet. I said, you're on a diet, but you have a very nice figure. Well, that's why I'm on a diet. I'm always on a diet. Okay. Now, I didn't feel like eating those 5 churros, but I ate them anyway. I didn't feel like drinking a coffee, but I drank it anyway. And then we went back to the car and continued driving to the radio. Now, when I got to the radio, I couldn't find a place to park. And I didn't feel like going around the block several times trying to find a place to park. But I had no choice. So I went 3 times around the block, and finally I found a place to park. And then I walked into the radio and sat down in front of the microphone, and I didn't feel like talking on the radio this morning, but I did it. That's my life. Sometimes I don't feel like doing things, but I do them. And you too, like learning English. See you in a few minutes after the advertising, after our sponsors, and I'll be right back. Hello. Question, do you feel like learning English? Do you really feel like learning English? ¿Te apetece de verdad aprender mi idioma? Do you really feel like learning my language? Do you really feel like making the effort that's necessary to learn my language? Today I don't feel like teaching, to tell you the truth. Do you feel like learning? Do you feel like studying? I hope so. Because if I don't feel like teaching, and you don't feel like learning or studying, estamos apañados, all right? So somebody has to have a positive attitude. And today, if I don't feel like shouldering my responsibility, curioso, usando hombro como verbo, if I don't feel like shouldering my responsibility, at least I hope you feel like shouldering your responsibility. I hope so. All right. See you after our next teacher, and we'll continue.
Hi, thank you very much, Richard. And welcome to Vaughan Inglés 4.0, 4.0. My name is Alberto Alonso, but more importantly, let me introduce you to my student for today. Now, you've seen her before. She is a star student. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Susana. Hello, Susana. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. Are you improving?
I'm improving so much.
Yeah, I think so. I think you are. I think you're at least feeling more comfortable
Yes.
At the moment of speaking. And I think that's so important that when it comes time for the words to come out of your mouth, that they come out naturally, right? That you less thinking and more speaking. And the way we do that is by practicing. Okay. All right. Well, how do you say, vamos a mirar hoy una estructura. We're going to look at a structure. Okay. Now this structure is apetecer. En inglés, tener ganas de, o apetecer. How do you say, me apetece estudiar el inglés?
I feel like studying English.
Muy bien, muy bien. I feel like más el verbo en ing, el gerundio. I feel like studying English. Cuidado porque a veces gente dice I feel like to study, I feel like study, pero es I feel like más el ing, studying. I feel like studying English. Now, is this true? Do you feel like studying
Yes,
English?
I feel like studying a lot.
That's good, that's good. Te apetece. I feel like studying English. Ask me if I feel like studying Spanish.
Do you feel like studying Spanish?
Yes, I feel like studying Spanish. I like studying Spanish. I study Spanish with my students. I say, okay, we'll trade 50-50, right? So I feel like it. And why? Because it's fun. Lo hacemos divertido. So, of course. Okay, did you feel like studying English when you were 10 years old?
No, I didn't.
You did. Así practicamos toda la frase, porque el feel like es lo que estamos
I
practicando.
didn't feel like studying when I was 10 years old.
You didn't feel like studying anything when you were...
No.
Ask me if I felt like studying when I was 10 years old.
Did you feel like studying
Did you
when you
felt
were?
or feel?
Did you feel?
Porque el did
Okay.
coge el pasado, entonces felt, no feel, right?
Did you feel like studying when you were 10 years old?
What do you think?
No, I think not.
No, I didn't feel like studying when I was 10 years old. Ask me why.
Why you didn't feel like studying when you were?
Why you didn't, or te pillé con la pregunta negativa.
Why didn't you feel like
Ok,
studying?
te lo repito, así lo oyes. Es bueno oírlo otra vez, right? I didn't feel like studying when I was 10 years old. Ask me why.
Why didn't you feel like studying when you were 10 years old?
Ahora sí. Acuérdate, no why you didn't, pero
Why didn't you?
eso es. Why, el auxiliar o modal más sujeto es la pregunta negativa. Tu favorito, your favorite. Se ríe. I'm being sarcastic. She doesn't like negative questions. You don't like negative questions. Ask me why.
Why did I? No, why?
¿Has visto? Lo está demostrando. Okay, you don't like negative questions. Ask me why.
Why don't I like negative questions?
That's my question for you. Why don't you like negative questions?
Oh, because I always get mixed up.
Or you're a positive person. Eso es una buena respuesta.
That's-
I don't like negative questions because I'm a positive person.
Yeah.
Okay, so feel like. Ask me if I feel like having an ice cream. Acuérdate, no decimos tomar, take. Eso es llevarlo por ahí. So ask me if I feel like having ice cream.
Do you feel like having an ice cream?
I think I always feel like having ice cream. I'm always ready for an ice cream. Do you feel like having ice cream?
No, I don't feel like having an ice cream.
Pues lo has perdido. You're lost because if you had said, I feel like having an ice cream, I was going to invite you to an ice cream.
Thank
after
you
the show.
anyways.
So another day.
Another day.
Okay. All right. Maybe tomorrow you will feel like having an ice cream.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Ask me if I feel like going out tonight.
Do you feel like going out tonight?
No, I don't feel like going out tonight. Ask me why.
Why don't you feel like going out tonight?
I was just joking. I just wanted to give you a negative question.
I know you're going out tonight.
But and you did well. You didn't fall into my trap. No te pillé con la pregunta negativa. Okay, good. Very good. Estamos mejorando. You're improving. Very good. Okay, ask me if I feel like working every day.
Do you feel like working every day?
No, I don't feel like working every day. Ask me why.
Why don't you feel like working every day?
I don't know. Do you feel like working every day?
No, I don't.
Nobody. I just say a nadie le apetece trabajar todos los días.
Nobody feels like working any day.
Más bien,
Any day.
Every day.
Every
One
day.
more time?
Nobody feels like working every day.
Yeah, nobody feels like working every day. Ahora te voy a dar la pregunta negativa ahí. Nobody feels like working every day. Ask me why.
Why
Why doesn't anybody?
doesn't anybody feels like working?
Feels no, porque el does cogió la S.
Okay. Felt.
Feel.
Feel.
Why doesn't? Porque lo que coge
Why
la conjugación
doesn't
es el
anybody
auxiliar.
feel like working?
Yeah, why doesn't anybody feel like working? Because I can think of a million other things I would rather do. Couldn't you?
Yes.
Easily. Okay. Ask me if I feel like traveling around the world.
Do you feel like traveling around the world?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, definitely. Do you feel like traveling around the world?
Yeah. I get my suitcase
My
ready.
suitcase.
My
Suitcase.
suitcase.
Suitcase, yeah. Sweet es dulce, pero
Okay.
suit no se pronuncia la I latina. Se pronuncia como si no estuviera. Suit. My suitcase. Es un error muy común. My suitcase. Oh yeah, I always feel like traveling. Siempre me apetece viajar. Okay, ask me if I feel like practicing trigonometry.
Do you feel like practicing trigonometry?
No, I don't feel like practicing trigonometry. Ask me why.
Why don't you feel like practicing trigonometry?
Do you feel like practicing trigonometry? Well, probably for the same reason then. Nobody feels like practicing trigonometry. Or maybe there are a few people who feel like practicing their trigonometry skills. Okay, ask me if I feel like going for a walk.
Do you feel like going for a walk?
No, I don't feel like going for a walk. Ask me why.
Why don't you feel like going for a walk?
I don't feel like going for a walk because it's hot outside. Hace calor. Okay, do you feel like going for a walk?
Not yet, no, I don't feel like.
I don't feel like it.
Like
right?
it.
Entonces, no, eso es bueno que has resaltado eso. I don't feel like, hay que poner el it. Si no ponemos el verbo, nah, I don't feel like it. Y hay que poner ese it. O sigues con la frase entera. Pero nunca puedes acabar con I don't feel like. Tienes que poner it. I don't feel like doing it, or I don't feel like it. Okay. Do you feel like having a party?
Yes, I feel like having a party.
Okay. Otra forma de decir eso también es to throw a party. ¿Lo has oído alguna vez?
No, never.
Hacer una fiesta es I'm throwing a party at my house.
Is that
Como lanzar.
American or British
Both.
English?
Both. Yeah, it's universal. Yeah. So, do you feel like throwing, para usar el vocabulario nuevo, do you feel like throwing a party tonight?
Yes, I feel like throwing a party tonight.
Do you feel like inviting me to the party?
Sure, definitely.
Oh, wow. Do you feel like having an open bar at the party?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Will you be the barman?
Yeah, okay. Ask me if I feel like
Do
being...
you feel like being the barman?
Not really, but I'll do it for you. I'll do it. I'll do it, okay? Ask me if I feel like teaching anymore.
Do you feel like teaching anymore?
No, I don't feel like... No me apetece. I don't feel like teaching anymore. Ask me why.
Why don't you feel like teaching anymore?
Because we only have 5 seconds left.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not that I don't feel like it, it's that we're out of time. Keep studying. I hope you feel like studying.
Okay, welcome back. I'm in a better mood now. Okay, I feel like teaching now because I like mathematics. I like numbers. I love numbers. What's more important in life, in the world? Words or numbers? If we need to eliminate one or the other, which should we eliminate? Completely eliminate words or completely eliminate numbers? That's a difficult question. Mathematics, science, engineering, philosophy, law, humanities, letters. Filosofía y letras, the words, they're both equally important, words and numbers. But in this segment, numbers. Camera one. But this numbers, I'm not going to dictate numbers today. No sir, no sir, no ma'am. I'm not going to dictate numbers. We're going to say 2 plus 2 is 4. Claro que 2 más 2 son 4, eso es fácil. Fijaos en inglés, 2 más 2 es 4. No son. 2 plus 2, plus, escrito plus. Non plus ultra, plus. In French, plus is más. Plus que, más que, plus. Se pronuncia plus, se escribe plus. En inglés, esta palabra existe, es plus. ¿Ok? Además de, a veces es plus. Mira, además del hecho de que estás enfadado, plus the fact. All right, plus. But in mathematics, arithmetic, plus is más. 2 plus 2 is 4. 10 plus 10 is 20. 100 plus 1 is 101. Now, the opposite of plus is minus. Minus. 3 minus 2 equals 1. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 10 minus 7 equals 3. 3 plus 7 equals 10. Okay, you can do it one way or the other way, with plus and minus, plus and minus, plus and minus. The signs, mathematical signs, plus and minus, and divided by and multiplied by. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Subtraction no sustraer cosas, es restar, las restas. To subtract. Do you know how to add and subtract? Do you know how to add and subtract? Sumar y restar, fácil. O añadir y sustraer. No. Sumar y restar. O lo mismo. Añadir y sustraer is also to add and subtract. Subtract, con B sonora, subtract. To add, A-D-D, doble D aquí, to add. If you want to add 5 and 7, you say 5 plus 7 equals 12, or 5 plus 7 is 12. If you want to do the opposite, if you want to take 7 away from 12, you have at the end 5. And so you 12 take away 7, or 12 minus 7 is 5, or equals 5. Okay? Equals 5. Now, we also have multiplication and division, which is to multiply and to divide. Is it easier to add or subtract? Well, it's easier to add, even when you have to carry numbers. 7 plus 5 is 12, carry 2, all right, or carry 1, okay? 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry 1, okay? You say, I think in Spanish, llevar, as well, like in English, to carry. Addition is easier than subtraction. It's easier to add than to subtract, okay? But subtraction is not very difficult either, really. It's one of the 4 basic elements of arithmetic. Now, to multiply and divide are a bit more difficult than to add and subtract. And when you multiply, you have to learn the multiplication tables. Dios mío. You spent at least 1 year practicing aloud en voz alta the multiplication tables. 2 por 2 son 4, 2 por 3, 6, 2 por 4, 8. Do you remember? In the United States, it was the same, but we didn't sing. Usually we just practice. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10, 2 5s are 10, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. Siempre con is, no are, curiosamente. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 5 is 10. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 28, 7 times 5 is 35, 7 times 6 is 42, 7 times 7 is 49, 7 times 8 is 56, 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 10 is 70, 7 times 11 is 87, okay, etc. So, 7 times 7, 7 por 7, 49, 7 times. Literalmente decimos en inglés 7 veces 7. 7 veces 7, 49. 7 times. There's X, esa X, the multiplication sign, is times. And in our head and aloud, we always say times. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3. The opposite, 9 divided by 3 is 3. We say 9 divided by. En español decís dividido por o dividido entre. I hear both. I don't know which is more common, but in English, dividido por. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 7 is 35, etc. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 4 is 36. También decimos 4 nines are 36. Okay, 4 nines. Y luego decimos are. 4 nueves son. 4 nines are 36. Pero lo importante es times. And there's an important concept here that I want to talk about before we finish this segment, is the multiplication tables. Las tablas. You remember the multiplication tables when you were 8 years old, 9 years old? You learned practicing, repeating again and again. 7 por 7, 49. 7 por 8, 56. 7 times 8 is 56. And you learn them again and again. At the beginning, it was slow. After 1 year, not too slow. But when you were doing multiplication problems, you needed to think in your head. 7 por 7, 49. Llevo el 4. And you remember. And maybe after 3 years, boom. After 3 years with the multiplication table, you were spontaneous, automatic, and fast. Okay. Most children need about 3 years to be fast y no hacer las multiplicaciones como uno que lee moviéndose los labios. ¿No? All right? It's the same with English grammar, with grammar in any language. You have to do it like multiplication tables until, boom, you have it fast and agile and spontaneous. That's the idea. Okay, I'll be back in just a few minutes, all right? And we'll close this program after our next teacher.
Thank you, Richard. Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah, and I'm here again with you to practice what you just learned from Richard. So we're going to start by introducing my student for today, Beatriz. Hello.
Hello, Hannah.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you. And you?
Great, I'm fine, thank you. Okay, well, we're going to start with some vocabulary. Okay, so I hope you're ready. Vocabulary. Now, you know how you have to study this vocabulary. You have to repeat the word out loud and make sure that your pronunciation is correct. Okay, so I'm going to make sure, voy a asegurar, I'm going to make sure that your pronunciation is perfect. So let's start. How do we say respirar in English?
To breathe.
Perfect. Let me hear you again.
To breathe.
Excellent. Great. So to breathe. To breathe. The. So at the end, it's kind of a long sound. Breathe. To breathe. Good. How do we say inundar?
To flood.
Good. Repeat.
To flood.
To flood. To flood. Muy bien. So here it's written with O, con doble O, pero se pronuncia como si fuera una A. Flood. Flood. Next we have arroz, que me encanta.
Rice.
Good. Excellent. Rice. Rice. Do you like rice? Do you like rice?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I love rice. Yes. All right, next we have en las afueras.
On the outskirts.
Perfect. Very good. On the outskirts. Okay, so we have three words, tres palabras aquí. On the outskirts. Outskirts. Next, we have descartar.
To rule out.
Very good. To rule out. So it's a phrasal verb, un verbo compuesto. To rule out. Now, when we use this verb, again, with phrasal verbs, what's the key? La clave is to pronounce the phrasal verbs como sonidos, no tanto como palabras sueltas. So, to rule out. To rule out. It sounds like one word, doesn't it? To rule out. All right. Now, okay, we're going to do some math operations. Okay, so don't run away. I know a lot of people don't like math, but we have to do this because in English we have to be able to say how to add or subtract or divide. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with this. All right. So I want you to read this math operation for me, Beatriz, please.
10 plus 5 equals 15.
Perfect. Excellent. 10 plus 5 equals 15. So here, más is plus. Plus. Nunca decimos plus. Como Canal Plus, nunca. Es plus. Plus. Como si fuera una A. 10 plus 5 equals, es igual a, so equals con S because es tercera persona. Okay? Equals 15. Pero también, for the equal sign, también se puede usar el verbo to be. So you can say 10 plus 5 equals 15 or 10 plus 5 is 15. Se puede decir, you can say it both ways and it means exactly the same. Okay? So let's do another example. Okay, so I know, like I said, a lot of you don't like math, but it's important to know how to say these different operations. Okay, so now let's look at this one.
17 minus 3 equals 14.
Perfect, great. 17 minus. So here, menos is minus. Minus. 17 minus 3 equals 14. Okay, so 14. Next, we have, let's do another operation. Okay, let's try this one.
2 multiplied by 12 equals 24.
Okay, you can say multiplied by, but more commonly we say times.
Two
yes,
times.
So
Okay.
2 times 12. So let's read it again.
2 times 12 equals 24.
Eso es. Perfect. So 2 times 12 equals 24. Now, Beatriz said multiplied by. Se puede. Pero todo el mundo dice times. Times. Okay? So 2 times 12 equals 24. Okay, great. Let's do another one. Okay. Okay, let's read this one now. What is this, Beatriz?
81 divided by 9 equals 9.
Perfect. Excellent. So we have dividido entre 81 divided by, dos palabras, divided by 9 equals 9. Okay, so let's read it again one more time.
81 divided by 9 equals 9.
Perfect. Excellent. Very good. Okay, great. This is great. So we haven't had any mistakes so far. Your math is very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's read this one.
6 plus 6 equals 12.
Perfect. Again.
6 plus 6 equals 12.
Excellent. 6 plus 6 equals 12. Or you can say 6 plus 6 is 12. Remember, you can say equals or is. But remember, it's in tercera persona, third person singular. Don't forget that. Okay? Very good. All right. Let's do another one. Okay. What about this one?
15 minus 10 is 5.
Okay, good. Very good. Repeat again.
15 minus 10 is 5.
Okay, good. So 15 minus 10 is 5 or equals 5. And remember, how do we pronounce this number here? 15?
15.
15.
Okay.
Yes, repeat.
15.
Eso es. So remember with numbers, when we have 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, the emphasis falls on teen, right? So 15 minus 10 equals 5. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay, what about this?
50 times 2 equals 100.
Very good. So here, instead of 15, ahora 50, right? The emphasis, the accent falls on the first syllable. 15 y después 50, 50. So we have 50 times 2 equals 100 or 100. You can say 100 or 100. Son iguales. They're exactly the same. So let's read it again one more time.
50 times 2 equals 100.
Okay, very good. So 50 times 2 equals 100. All right, very good. So remember, when we have plus, plus is más, plus, pronunciation, plus, como si fuera una A, minus, times, divided by, y también equals or is. Okay, so keep practicing your math and English, of course, at home, and I'll see you next time. Back to Richard.
All right. One more class. Class number 18 finished. Tomorrow, class number 19. We are progressing in chronological order, and you are progressing in chronological order too, but also you're progressing in many other ways. I hope you're progressing in attitude. But remember, as I was talking about the multiplication tables, it's a very close analogy, all right? Learning to conjugate English verbs in the present, the past, the future, the present perfect, the past perfect, the conditional, etc., and in the passive voice requires agility drills, gimnasia gramatical, oral, no pasiva. It's exactly the same as mastering the multiplication tables and gaining agilidad verbal bárbara, como la luz con las tablas, con las multiplicaciones. It's the same with verbs, exactly the same. Okay, see you tomorrow.